Guys, we are here with the pet achiever of pet achievers. Listen, Edith, a couple questions. We'll keep it simple. What's one of the ways in which you found us, and why were you looking? What were you looking for when you found us?
I needed some help with my dogs. Dog tips. I needed some help. I just came across you all, and the nutrition part of, your videos have helped my dogs threefold. They are 17 and 15, and these dogs. One had an X-ray the other day, and my vet was like, his bones, his structures is textbook. So I know that's helping due to the supplements that we get, that we use to Fortified and the puppy blocks.
Yeah, that's one thing. Now, mind you, people, I've met a lot of people at this show, and I got to be honest with you, I'm not the friendliest person in the world. Edith has been a pet achiever. She's been one of the people who speaks up. She's one who would defend us and protect us in a sense. And, part of that protection comes from the exchange of value. So imagine I put out something. She didn't take that information. She utilized it. She says, whoa, my dogs are better. If her dogs get better, it's very hard for her to embrace someone, hating someone, who don't even tell you what to do. But anywho, I want to highlight someone who we don't... Where are you from, Adam?
Killeen, Texas.
Oh, you from Killeen? No wonder we was on the same. So Jamarcus is a army brat.
For hood. For real.
Yeah.
Yes, brotherhood.
So you found us, and it was probably a breath of fresh air.
Yes, it was.
Just trying to oh man, that makes sense. And you start telling my dog's.
You talking about researching? You talking about going through rabbit holes? You talking about I got things with stickers on them? I go through one thing. Research. I take what you give me, and I take and research it to apply it to my dogs. All dogs are different.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
And look, people, there's a lot of people we met, a lot of videos we've shot today, a lot of videos you're going to see in the shorts of just people thanking me. But I had to sit down this is Edith, I think. And everyone, I would say, who's come across us or been a part of the Pet Achievers, they're like, yo, Edith is a real supporter, to say the least. And you go... It's easy to become a supporter when you're supporting your dog's quality of life. And we did a video, and I think it's going to be did we do YouTube, where the guy talks about how much money he spent on the dog? Was that on this camera? Mm-hmm. So if you see the other video, you see a guy said, I spent $500 and spent $25,000 over the dog's lifespan, keeping it alive. That's scary, people. That's scary when food could have potentially been a catalyst, if not a culprit, to improving the dog's quality of life. So you got to get off that dog food. I'm not going to tell you what to do. What I'm going to tell you is that some things that we promoted and posted probably help your dog out. So if you had to give any advice to those people who are thinking, mind you, I don't want to put too much context around things, but I would tell you this. I got to be honest. I got to be honest. Black people are hard to impress. Black people are hard to oftentimes convince. and they're also hard to, at times, even intimidate, right? So I don't use any of those tactics. One of the things I do is I root everything I do in a form of love, in which way I understand, and I just take care of my dogs. So you come across someone like me, and you're looking for a better solution. Black people are gonna test. For one, they gonna watch. This nigga don't know what he's talking about. And second, they gonna let me try this real quick. Third, they're like, 6 months, all right, the dog got better. So they're going to pace themselves oftentimes from a consumer standpoint and get there. So when we put into context, this is a woman who's got 2 old dogs in a sense, which means they're still living, loving, and dogs that she's got to take care of. And she learns something that makes sense. She's willing to try. Because when your back's against the wall, you say, what do I have to lose?
Exactly.
What do I have to lose? So then you make an attempt, try some of our tactics. Dog gets a little better. Oh, what happens if I do this? And you keep going down those rabbit holes. Mind you, she was already trying to solve her problem. I didn't do anything special outside of probably make it a little bit more sense. So for the people who are trying to solve their dog problems, if you had to give them any advice in terms of keeping an open mind or trying something new, what would you tell them?
Keep an open mind, try something new, do your own research. And every dog is different. What works for Trevor's dogs might not work for mine. But if I tweak some things and try this and try that, we cooking with grease.
And the beauty about her saying that is, what kind of dogs do you have?
Oh God. Not your dogs, that's for sure. Border Collie, Blue Heeler, and a shepherd mixed with some kind of lab, we think. Just mixed up.
So when I say I have no clue what she's dealing with inside of her home, what I do know foundationally is a protein does this, a carb does this, and a fat does this. If you manage these 3 things over whatever, you might get this result. As she said, I didn't convince or sell her anything. What I did was make it make sense, and she took that information, applied it in a form that worked for her, and your dogs got better.
They are better. They are better. I feed cooked. I don't feed raw, but I do feed cooked.
Cooked is just as good, trust me. Jamarcus has less problems. He feeds cooked. You go, man.
I feed
I
cooked.
might stick to that original plan I wrote the first time.
And they are still cooked. They are still kicking. 17 and 15. They you know, they don't get around like when they were 10 or 9, but we still go for walks. We just don't go that far. We may go around the block. We don't go miles anymore. We just may go around the block, but we still get it in, and they are still kicking. So we're going to keep going.
So as a pet owner then, what has been one of your biggest concerns with your dog's potential life coming to an end, but even trying to keep them alive? And maybe that's not the best question, because, you know, here's the thing. Nobody wants to see the dog die. And if you've loved the dog for 17 years or it's been in your home, even I, you know, one time I'll tell you this, I was on a live and I didn't know that Ego meant as much as he did. I gotta be honest with you guys. And I was saying, man, the day Ego can no longer jump or hop, that's the day this ends. And it made tears flare up, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? I'm not a teary person, but you go, man, if that dog couldn't live a good life, this sucks. So in her case, you think, man, where is that moment where you go, can I give my dog the best chance it has possible to end this thing? You know, how do I want to end this thing? I don't personally, me personally as a human, I don't want to end this thing in a wheelchair, man. So for me, you go, we do our step ups, we do the things to protect our knees and our hips so that I can walk and strut, as they say. My grandma boy, she strut to this thing, the wheels fall off. So you got she said, a 15 and 17-year-old dog. I'd imagine you want them to go out with a bang.
I do. And doing this, I think I give them the best chance to do that. I really, really do. I really believe in everything you say. And not only that, I just don't believe it because you say it. I research. I take what you say, what your market says, Stan says, whoever, and I research those things and I apply them and make them fit.
And that's the most important. I don't know everything. I've said that 1,000 times. I do believe, based on the information that I'm accumulating over my research and just wanting to give people the best chance possible, that if you take the information and figure out what works for you, then, you know, your dog will live a happier, healthier, quality life. But I don't know everything, you know. So it's like today is the first day I know what her breeds are. We have American Bullies and a Jack Russell Terrier. Those dogs are completely opposite of what she described. But foundationally, food does one or two things. It either makes you hurt or make you feel good. You're either inflamed or you're relieved. You know, relief comes from you eat a food and you go, bow, I feel better. Come on, boss man, thank you so much. Come on, Rose. That's my tell people his own voice. Living his best life.
Roly-poly.
Yeah, he's a roly-poly.
Great.
Come on, man, it's almost showtime, Rosie. You got about maybe 40 more minutes before he gets to go and compete, man. Or slap. He's a big old dog, man. He's a good dog. But anywho, people, I had to sit down with Edith. She made the trek from Colleen. I said, hey, what'd you come for? She said, because you said so.
I said, every day I watch y'all every day when I come home from work. Well, I'm at work. But you said, this is going to be the thing to see, Beast of the East. You should go. You should come. I see y'all there.
And you never been to a dog show before?
Never. First, I didn't know I needed one in my life. I did not know that. But you kept saying, come, this is going to be a good thing. It's going to be the best thing. You kept saying it. I said, I want to see what it is. I want to see. And I came. So I came.
And people, I only come to dog shows. Chris Moore, Barbecue Vibe, real chill, relax. It's been a good time, been relieving for me, and I thank everyone who stopped and said hello, to say the least. And even more importantly, I appreciate people who believe in what we're doing and have used the information to their advantage. to improve the dog's quality of life. And you know, she's not done an interview before any of those things. We're just having a conversation. At the end of the day, she cares about her dogs, and I care that all dogs get better. Jamarcus is behind the camera. This works because we do the work. I'm glad to be here. I'm thankful that she took heed to the message, and I was like, yo, I told you, I said, I think that's Edith. Because I heard her voice before. And so, that's gotta be her.
I'm over here, I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Edith, man.
Yeah, because I had a conversation. And look, let me say this. Does your grandson, does he watch FBTV at all? Sometimes no.
Yeah.
If you
I got him watching it. I got him watching it.
Her grandson was
he go?
Her grandson's to come. He's 9 years old. I'm gonna leave you with this message right here. He got a little trouble. A lot of times when African Americans get in trouble, we remove things and we start teaching isolation. Part of the reason why we stay in trouble is because we lack the opportunity to experience more things. The less we see, the worse we become. The more we see, the easier it is to take things away while adding value. So he come to a show like this and he might, hey, let me show a dog, hey, what was this? What was this? What was it? Curiosity gets killed. And I do repeat, killed after about 10 years old. Oftentimes, 10 years old, kids no longer are curious. I never stopped being curious. And I never stopped, even after getting my ass whooped, I still had questions. So I repeat, in her case, she had planned this, this journey with her grandson who's 9. Got in a little trouble. I'm not putting you out there like that. I'm just saying in general,
put it out there.
If you are a parent and you come from the space I come from Kansas City, Missouri, I used to stutter real bad because we would get the police, helicopters, everything. The more I saw, the more poised I became. So how'd you get so good at talking? Because they kept making me speak up. Taught me clarity. In our minds, let's punish this kid. Part of punishment should be progression. Part of progression for me, my dad said, you can't follow directions. What did he give me? Legos. Now I gotta follow every direction or rebuild it. Legos taught me patience. I make a mistake, I'm building this helicopter, I have a problem, I have to redo this whole thing. Every step of the way, he gave me more value. The more trouble I got in, the more things I had to achieve. He said, how does that work? Well, the more things I achieved, the more I saw. The more I saw, the more I wanted. The more I wanted, the harder I was willing to work. So you can't go to such and such. You go, I ain't gonna get in trouble no more doing that. Value people. You're dealing with a kid who's younger, dealing with whatever issue he's dealing with. Let him see the world. Sounds crazy, especially the black folks. But the minute you lock your kid up in a room or you stop him from seeing more of the world, the more accustomed he becomes to isolation. Isolation is prison. And you don't want to become a prisoner of your own mind.
That's right.
The minute you like, I got some homies to tell you, Trev, I did 10, or Trip, they'll call me Trip. Trip, I did 10. Now, any moment in time of life I have to go do, I know I could do 10. That ain't a good thing. And I'll tell you that too. The earlier we teach these habits, the worse things get long term. In this case, we want, like, I'd be like, yo, well, you're right, you gotta go. Make sure he does everything, experiences everything. Flip the switch, that doesn't make sense. Let me take things away. No, let me add more to his life. Because the one thing that we lack at times is value. And being in valuable situations. Or being around people like me. And you say, man, how do I experience more? And that's what I'm here for, people. So be it Edith or whomever, this is way bigger than a damn dog, I'll tell you that. And by the time you figure it out, I'll probably be where I think we should land. But if there's anything else you want to say, please say it. Otherwise, I can't thank you enough for making the trek, the journey. And being a supporter and a pet achiever. A pet achiever and just... I'm going to do my best at some point, but you know, if you saw what he does, you saw what Stan does. Mm-hmm. I'm the most well-versed in communication and education. And we're all here because we all believe in each other. We all have a very specific task. But teaching him what I know is like taking Ruben what he knows. 9 out of 10 people can't talk to Ruben. You don't get it. And then you go talk to Chris. Chris makes it make sense. He does. I take all of that and then I make it make sense. And then, it's just a lot of moving parts. So, as I said, when we stop it even, I want to make sure I'm being fair to the people. You guys are paying for a community. And I can't give it my best. And I live there. Like, if I'm going to give it my best, If I'm gonna do it, I gotta give my. If I can't no longer add the value, it's too many moving parts. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, the business, me working with 2 other companies, posting for them 3 times a day, asking them questions, shooting all their commercials, like.
Pouring into people. Pouring into people.
And Jamarcus gets that 7 days a week, so he had to interject because you guys don't see all the conversations that happen off camera. All the stuff they have to do to make sure in 5 years these men are 10% better.
Right.
It's not as easy as you presume, and we're literally just getting warmer. But anywho, Chris is calling me. We gotta go. Okay. Here we go. What's up? Y'all ready?
We're about to, I'm just letting you know, in probably like 20 minutes, I'm gonna start the mini monster.
All right, boss. I'll see you in a second. So look, as we just repeated, he brought me here to make sure I take care of him. And mind you, I had to. There was no other interview. I had to sit down and talk with Edith because I can't thank her enough for being a supporter of what we're doing. So anything you want to leave me with?
Nope.
Take care of your dogs.
You know I was going to say that. Listen, no, because I just wanted to say it was awesome meeting you guys. I was blown away when I saw y'all. I was like, y'all was the last. That was the last thing I thought would happen at 5 o'clock in the morning. American Airlines out of DFW, people. Okay, but it did. It happened. And just talking to you Jamarcus and Stan, y'all are so decent, and I just really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And take care of your dogs.
There you go, people. When you heard it live, look, Fit Bully TV or T-Fit here, people. A lot of people, it was like, they were so ecstatic. And all that does for me is because we got more work to do. And that's the point of this, is we got more work to do, people. I appreciate you all. People, stay tuned, people. And take care of the people around you. And keep taking care of your dogs.